weeks ago now, we had the news that Harry and Meghan were about to return to the United Kingdom to help celebrate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. And of course that created quite a bit of division, to say the least. But now there's a story going around that basically they came back, or at least offered, on their terms. And as ever, we've dug deep to find you the truth. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Thank you so much. Thank you also for your very kind comments on the recent videos that we've put up. I'm glad that you all agree with me on certain things. Those that don't, this is the point of the channel. As long as it's clean and debatable, and of course we all remain friends, that's what it's truly all about. But of course, you know, if we all agreed, it'd be a bit of a boring world, wouldn't it? I do like the fact though that a lot of you enjoy some of the older films and the older stars that we feature from time to time, because as I've often said, you know, there's nothing more sad really than people who've created a massive impact on the world and then seemingly for no reason of their own bypassed, you know. It's not cancel culture or woke, it's simply time moves on, and none of us can stop time, can we? We all try one way or another. Of course, the ex-royals that have tried to stop time are none other than Harry and Meghan, and they announced with a great fanfare 18 minutes after a press release from Our Gracious Majesty the Queen that they would be returning to celebrate the Platinum Jubilee. Well, you know, they obviously didn't want to get left out. Now, many people have said, and as ever we have to say allegedly, that the ex-royals simply don't want to be left out. It is their brand, it's what sells them, and more importantly, of course, it's what keeps them relevant. Now, others might say, well, that's ridiculous. They get headlines without anything to do with the monarchy. I would say that's a little bit debatable. The headlines that they get are for all the wrong reasons. The positive headlines, which they received before Megxit, whatever people might say about that terminology, well, that was relatively positive. What they've since done, you know, with regards to things like Spotify, Netflix, the book deals, everything like that, has proven very negative, because the love, respect and the amount of service that our monarch has given this country, the Commonwealth and the world deserves that respect. Seemingly it's bypassed Harry and Meghan. But now this story popped up. The story really only centres on about whether they would pop up on the balcony or not. This is a prestigious event on the main day of the Platinum Jubilee celebrations. But as we've told you many times here on the show, only senior members of the British monarchy, working royals, will be invited to stand alongside the 70-year reigning monarch on such a spectacular day. Now, according to Harry and Meghan's biographer and chief cheerleader, they apparently went to see Our Gracious Majesty the Queen for that 13 and a half minute interview to tell her that they didn't want to stand on the balcony. Makes perfect sense, don't you think? And when you think about this, you know, how can anybody take anything seriously when you find out that that particular book had had assistance when denying that they'd had assistance originally, if you get the picture? The true story, as ever, is this. No one tells the monarch exactly what you're going to be doing. If she requests you to do something, then you better have a very good excuse as to the reasons why. There was no offer for Harry and Meghan, and as ever, we have to say allegedly, to stand on the balcony. It was simply a mapped out idea of what may be happening and what they could be included in, which we will tell you in due course. So for this particular individual to come out and say that was the story, that's the reason why they wanted to get their message out, is simply, as ever, ludicrous. Now, for Harry and Meghan, if they truly want to push forward and try and regain any amount of semblance of good PR back, they really need to rein in the people that they consider to be good cheerleaders around them and make sure at least that they keep their story straight, whatever that story may be. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.